of 2024, our grand entry into high school didn't exactly go as planned. Instead of a legendary grade 8 year filled with excitement and freedom, we were greeted by curfews, face masks, and the dreaded "you're on mute." Grade 8 was supposed to be our big debut, but instead, we found ourselves becoming pros at learning how to fake an unstable internet connection. If we could get through that, we're confident we can handle this matric thing. And in just 48 days, we'll be looking back on all of it, laughing at the good times, and maybe cringing a little at the rest.
Our year as students has been an eventful one. As Jews, we have mourned the victims of October 7th, faced vendettas and celebrated some victories. We stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Israel, hoping for peace and freedom in these trying times. But amidst all of this, we also found time to cheer loudly. The Rugby World Cup win for South Africa in 2023 had us all glued to our screens, celebrating every try and tackle. And let's not forget the T20 cricket and the Olympics, which, let's be honest, sometimes took priority over our science, maths, and English. But tonight, we're here to recognize our own victories, a gold medal for all of us as we welcome you to the 2024 Valedictory main event.
Good evening to our esteemed guests, our masterful players and coaches on and off the field, and our dedicated fans, who mostly comprise of the parent body of Matric 2024. We welcome our national team manager and spiritual leader, Rabbi C, our head manager and sports enthusiast herself, Ms. Shraga, our guest speaker, motivator, and business coach, who held the Olympic torch himself, Mr. Rabbi. We furthermore welcome our board delegates who ensure that our team and venue continues to thrive. Mr. David Bloch, former chairman of the South African Jewish Board of Education, Mr. Alan Jaffe, chairman, Mrs. Leslie Ann Gatter, vice chairperson, Mrs. Raylene Trudansky, our global fundraiser, principal of King David Schools, and honored guests.
And from our executive coaches and mentors, we salute Mr. Johnson, Morris Sachs, Ms. Bauer, and Mr. Angelo. With our flags held high, we also welcome our directors, staff, parents, fans, future stars, and all those behind the scenes that have supported the class of 2024 to celebrate and pay tribute to the major contributions and achievements of this unique and talented matric group.
My cricketing co-host for this evening, who has almost as many runs under his belt as our own Gidon Mills, and has accumulated many fans while winning a great deal of matches, is Dormy Porter.
And my fellow host, Zoe J, is undoubtedly well equipped for the event tonight with her public speaking abilities.
Thanks, Dorp. We are the deputy head student leaders and your masters of ceremony for this evening's lineup as we head into the final stretch of this race. And to begin the proceedings, we ignite the flame, ours bearing the form of a Devar Torah.
In Shmuel Aleph and Bet, we learn of the rise to kinship of David HaMelech. King David was not the natural heir to the throne. In fact, Jonathan was meant to succeed his father Shaul as king. But Hashem chose David. What makes the choice confusing is that Jonathan was an outstanding man of honor, a leader, a warrior, a loyal friend, thoughtful, wise, and competent. And yet Hashem chose David. The question is why? What was it about David that made him Hashem's choice for king?
Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, Zichron Levracha, suggests that David was chosen because he embodied three critical qualities for being the leader of the Jewish people at that time. 1, he had deep emunah, a deep belief in Hashem. 2, he wasn't perfect, but he understood this and worked to improve himself with resilience and courage. And 3, he was a shepherd filled with compassion for people, understanding the importance of leadership.
It is no coincidence that our school is called King David. It is a school which similarly embodies these 3 elements. A school which inspires emunah, Jewish pride, and connection to our Jewish story. It is a school which innovates, striving to be better year on year with tenacity. And it is a school for our powerful South African Jewish community, harnessing the talents and hopes of the people it serves, ensuring that those who have the privilege to attend these hallowed walls go out into the world, leaving an indelible mark wherever they are. To be part of King David is to be part of a kinship of enormous proportion.
And so tonight, we invite you to celebrate with us. We hope to engage you with the superb achievements of King David Linksfield High School, where many stars have been born. We are enormously privileged and filled with gratitude to be part of such an outstanding King David team.
But as we pay tribute to the excellent education received on these magnificent grounds, I'd like to call up Rav Ranan to say a prayer for the state of Israel. Please rise.
A prayer for our beloved state of Israel. Avinu Shebashamayim Tzur Yisrael V'Golo, Barech et Medinat Yisrael Reis V'Tzlichat Gulatenu, Hagen aleh b'vrat chastecha, fros aleh asuka shlomecha, shlach orcha v'mitcha l'roshea, sareh v'yotzea v'taknem v'etzah tova m'fanecha, chazek yedideim m'iginei eretz kodshenu, v'anchileim elenu yeshua v'ater yitzachon tatreim, v'natata shalom ba'aretz v'simchat olam lo yoshveha. V'etachenu kol beit Yisrael b'godna b'chol arzot b'zorehem, ותוליכם מהרה קוממיות לציון יראך ומשכן שמך, ככתוב בתורת משה עבדך, אם יהיה נידחך בקצה השמיים, משם יקבצך אדוני אלוהיך ומשם ייקחך, והביאך אדוני אלוהיך אל הארץ אשר ירשו אבותיך וישת, והיטיבך וירבך מאבותיך, והובא בדרכון עוזך על כל יושבי תבל ארצך, ויאמר כל אשר נשמה באפו, Adonai Elohei Yisrael Melech Malchuto Bakol Mashallah. Amen. Selah. A prayer for our brave soldiers of the IDF and security forces. Mi sheberach avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov, hu yivarech et chaylei tzva Haganah Yisrael v'anshei kochot habitachon, haomdim al mishmar artzenu v'arei Eloheinu, migvul halevanon v'ad midbar Mitzrayim, min hayam hagedol ad lavo ha'arava, בכל מקום שהם ביבשה באוויר ובים. ייתן אדוני את אויבינו הקמים עליהם ניגפים לפניהם. הקדוש ברוך הוא ישמור ויציל את חיילינו מכל צרה וצוקה, מכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה והצלחה בכל מעשה ידיהם. ידבר שונאינו תחתיהם וידרם בכתר ישועה וניצחון, ויקוים בהם הכתוב כי אדוני אלוהיכם ההולך עמכם, להילחם לכם עם אויביכם, להושיע אתכם ונאמר Amen. And finally, a prayer for all the missing and the hostages. מי שבירך אבותינו אברהם יצחק ויעקב יוסף משה ואהרון דוד ושלמה, הוא יברך וישמור וינצור את נעדרי צבא הגנה לישראל ואת השבויים ובתוך שאר כל אחינו בית ישראל הנתונים בצרה ושביה, בעבור שהקהל מתפלל בעבורם, הקדוש ברוך הוא ממלא רחמים עליהם, ויוצאם מחושך וצל מוות, ומוסרותיהם ינתק, וממצוקותיהם יושיעם, ויושיבם מהרה לחיק משפחותיהם. יודו לאדוני חסדו ונפלאותיו לבני אדם, ויקוים בהם מקרא שכתוב, ופדויי אדוני ישובון, ובאו ציון בבינה ושמחת עולם על ראשם. ששון ושמחה ישיגו, ונשאו יגון והנחה, ונאמר אמן. Thank you.
First on the field tonight, it gives us great pleasure to welcome the highly respected General Director of Saturday, Rabbi who will now address us. Rabbi is an esteemed member of our community and the head of our King David team, leading us into victory.
Shaga, Rabbonim, Stan Jaffe, Chair of the Board, Mr. Ngata, Vice Chair, members of the Board, Sabji Leadership, Mr. Brosen, the King David Linksfield High School Executive, Directors, staff, parents, and the incredible matrics of 2024. It's a privilege for me to be here tonight. I've been here hundreds of times as a student and as a member of staff, and yet I'm still filled with the nostalgia and the sense of awe and the memories of generations who passed through the school. And now, Matrix, you are the next in line in this illustrious history of proud Davidians. I'd like to firstly start off by paying tribute to Shaga for his superb leadership of this very large and important communal asset. I sincerely thank and praise you, Lorraine, for your strength, vision, and passion for King David. I would also like to thank and pay tribute to the superb teaching and support staff who make this school one of the finest in the country. As a community, we are so grateful to you all, and you can be proud of what this school has achieved. Please give them a round of applause. V'zot habracha. This is the blessing, the final parsha of the entire Torah, the final parsha that we read on Simchat Torah every year. These are Moshe's final words to the Jewish people. Their leader of over 40 years is about to pass away, and the Jews are about to leave the protective bubble of the desert, a place where their every need has been met, is catered for with divine connection and with divine protection. They are entering into the land of Israel, where they will have to fight for themselves and settle the land. If you were Moshe, what would you say? What would you tell your people you've raised as they're embarking on this journey of independence? Moshe gives them a blessing, tribe by tribe, one by one. He recognizes the uniqueness inherent in every single one of them. And this is in my own words, not his. There's Yehuda, the leader, Naphtali, the athlete, Asher, the musician, Issachar, the businessman, so Issachar, the Torah scholar, Zvulun, the businessman, Dan, the warrior, Ruvain, the thinker, Binyamin, the loyal brother, and of course, Shimon and Levi, the naughty guys. Each one special and each one unique. Before they embark on this new frontier filled with challenges and to face the unknown, Moshe senses that the most appropriate message is to tell them who they are. Tell them how special they are. Tell them that Hashem has blessed them with unique talents which they need to cultivate and use to impact the world. Moshe understands that there's no greater blessing than being at peace with yourself. That knowing who you are is the best fortification for an uncertain path ahead. Matrix, you are the tribes of Israel. You are the tribes who are heading out into the world to face challenges and new horizons, into a world that looks very different to the one that you faced just a year ago in 2023. You are leaving the desert. You are venturing forth. I urge you, remember these halls. They have been the safe haven and have provided incubation and education, both academic and social, to set you on the path to success. A place of Jewish values and education. Remember and be grateful to your incredible parents for the sacrifices they have made to send you here. Trust me, it isn't easy. Remember King David, who has helped shape who you are. You have the weight and the privilege of Jewish history to bear, but in your hands the future looks bright. Go into the world proud of yourselves as individuals and proud of your community, proud to be Jewish and proud to be South African. You have all given so much to this school in Judaica, sport, culture, academics, and even just bringing the vibe. You've invested your hearts and your souls and unique talents into this school, and as much as King David has given you, you have given King David, and we thank you and we salute you. As we head towards Simchat Torah, the day of V'zot HaBracha, that David represents one of our happiest times, and last year was transformed into darkness. I bless you in the way that our great teacher Moshe did. Bring light into the world, your unique light. Fill the world with goodness, positivity, and pride, and do it by being yourself. Recognize your own greatness and embrace your special traits. It is your key to changing the world. Because if you don't define yourself, others will define you. And sadly, as a Jew, if you don't know who you are, then others will remind you. And lastly, I bless us all. In these troubled times in Israel and around the world, I bless you with Moshe's final blessing at the end of the Zot HaBracha to the Jewish people just before he dies. Vayishkon Yisrael betach adad en Yaakov. Thus Israel dwells in safety, untroubled in Jacob's abode. El Eretz Dagan v'Tirosh, Af Shamav Ya'arfu Tal, in a land of grain and wine, under the heavens dripping with dew. A blessing of peace, a blessing of tranquility for us and for the world. Mazel Tov Matrics of 2024. We are so proud of you all. Am Yisrael Chai. Thank you.
Thank you for those inspiring and insightful words, Rabbi. We acknowledge Sabjay to protect our school and its reputation, and we know that your kind words will motivate us for the last lap. Throughout their high school career, our singers have filled the stage with their talent, skill, and uncompromising energy. Whether in plays, competitions, or any of the Yamim, a King David event is not complete without a singing performance. Please welcome Ben Ginsberg and Leila Kale, who will sing Gavoa Ba'adi Biti.
לא, אני לא אשבר בדרכי למעלה, שום דבר לא עוצר אותי, חזקה ותמיד אני רוצה, גבוה ולדעת שהמסע שווה, לשקוע בתוך האמונה, שלא ידעו בי עוד לפגוע, גבוה ולדעת שהמסע שווה, וגם אם הדרך משתנה, אני לא מפחדת. זה מה שלא נוצא לי, לראות את מה שמצפן, שום כיוון, לאן תנשוב הרוח. אבל את הסיכון לוקחת, שיש סיכוי שאם זה ככה, אין מה להפסיד, הכל פתוח. לא, אני לא אשבר בדרכי למעלה, שום דבר לא עוצר אותי, חזקה ותמיד אני רוצה, גבוה ולדעת שהמסע שווה, לשקוע בתוך האמונה, שלא יכלו בי עוד לפגוע, גבוה ולדעת שהמסע שווה, וגם אם הדרך משתנה, אני לא מפחדת. There's always gonna be an uphill battle, but sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. הסיכון עומדת, באמת לא מפחדת, גם מפה הדרך היא התחת. גבוה, קצת גבוה ולדעת שהמסע שווה, לשקוע
that makes our Matric group so special. This evening, it is a privilege to introduce one of the top Jewish players in the business world, who this year became an Olympic torchbearer too. We welcome our guest of honor, whose name is synonymous with our favorite chicken franchise, Nando's, Mr. Rabbi Rosen. Rabbi Rosen was born in Middelburg, Mpumalanga, and joined King David Linksfield in Standard 4, matriculating in 1977. Rabbi says that as a pupil, King David was probably happy to see the back of him. King David has had a profound impact on his life and values, and he continues to have close friendships with his King David schoolmates.
He co-founded Nando's in 1987, which today can be found in 23 countries with just over 1,200 restaurants. Robbie's philosophy of having fun while making money and changing people's lives has underpinned his personal philosophy. After stepping back from Nando's in 2020, Robbie's passion for making a difference grew. He now champions changing lives at Nando's, co-founded Goodbye Malaria, is a constitutional Hill trustee, and is part of the Josie My Josie team, who are working hard to revitalize and creatively reimagine the inner city of Johannesburg. His proudest achievement is that he is an alumnus of King David, as are 2 of his 3 children, and so far 1 of his grandchildren, working hard towards ensuring his great-grandchildren also become graduates of King David. Please welcome Mr. Rabbi Rosen.
Thank you. It's a huge honor to be here. I think the last time I was on the stage was 45 years ago. That was to see the back of me, I can tell you right now. I certainly was never the best pupil at King David. I think I got a C, 2 Ds, and 3 E's, which I thought was actually quite good at the time. And really is a massive honor to be back at King David. I haven't been back here many times, and to come back and thank you, first of all, esteemed rabbis and members of the board and teachers, and Lorraine, thank you so much for having me here. It's very emotional for me to be here. And also very emotional because, as you mentioned, Dovi, I've got one of my very good friends, Hilton Sachs, who's living in Toronto, and it's his first time. He came to South Africa for 2 days, and I said to him, I'll buy supper for him tonight. Little did he know that it's going to be at King David. And him and I matriculated 45 years ago, and Hilton's in the front here with me tonight, and he's come back for the first time, and like hugely inspired, and just the whole spirit and the energy. I think he regrets going to Toronto, but we'll keep that for later. And also hugely privileged to have Kendall Mahamati here with us, who's from the Vice Chancellor of Witz's office. And Kendall has been a great friend of mine for the last 3 or 4 years. I also wasn't a great alumni of Wits. They also were very happy to see the end of me. I think it's a trend actually in my life. And Kendall is part of the Wits University group, and Wits is just the most amazing university. I think that every time I go to Wits and I see the world-class people that actually Wits has got, I can't even thank the VC enough. And King David is one of the big feeder groups into Wits. And thank you for your partnership, your friendship, and for giving us the hope and inspiration to be a South African today. I think it's something brilliant. Also, pass on to the Vice Chancellor and our kind of gratitude for his friendship to us, to all of us. I think for me, and Rabbi Ricky mentioned it earlier, what is the role of a Jew really? And for me, being a card-carrying Chabad member, I don't quite look like a Chabad member, but for me it's bringing light into a dark world. And there is no better place right now, and no better time right now, than bringing light to a dark world, than bringing it to South Africa. Because to me, South Africa, when I finished King David, I I was one of the very few people that went to the army. I went straight from King David to the army, and then from the army to Wits. And then from Wits, I went and we co-founded Nando's with Fernando. So my journey was one, I never was part of the struggle. I was always busy, building a business. I was never part of the struggle of what South Africa was going through. And almost oblivious in a way. I was in a little cocoon, like a little King David cocoon. The army had broke that cocoon a bit, but I was never really part of the struggle. And so when I look back at the kind of role of myself, and why wasn't I in the struggle? And I feel I wasn't brave enough to really be part of the struggle at the time. Because when you look back at certain things, it's very easy to think, well, I should have been, I could have been. But when I look at South Africa now, and I say that South Africa is going through another struggle right now, and that is a struggle against poverty. And that struggle against poverty is a dramatic struggle, because when the struggle was against apartheid, you had an enemy that you could see that was in a blue uniform, or Casper, you could throw a rock at that enemy. Poverty is something that actually you can't throw a rock at. And poverty is something that really does break dignity down beyond. So when I was asked to become a member of the Constitution Hill Trust, which is the most unlikely position for me, it was always when anyone asked me to become a member of a trust or member of something, I always want the Nando's checkbook. Okay? So I was very clear, like, does the trust want my checkbook? And it was Cheryl Carolus, who was a struggle veteran, that said, no, we actually want you, somebody that thinks slightly differently. She says, I'm tired, I was in the struggle, now it's your time to be part of the struggle. And so when you look back, it's such a privilege to be part of South Africa now, to look and say, well, what can we do? How can we lean in, and what can we do as South Africans? And so I got to really understand what the struggle was about and the reward of the struggle. And I want to share that with you, because it's been a very, very profound moment in my life. And I only understood it about 8 years ago, really what the struggle was about. I want to read it to you, which is really the preamble to the Constitution of South Africa, which is a magnificent document. And for me, it really will define you as King David students, as you leave, as Matric students. Because the fact that you've got here is such a brilliant achievement, that your next stage in life is really what impact are you going to make? How are you going to bring light to the world? And especially in light of where South Africa is, because this is our finest moment. I can tell you, in all years of business that I've been operating in South Africa, and I'm a very proud South African, it's been such 10 years, the last 10 years, and talking to Dan Ginsberg, the last 10 years have been a really, really tough 10 years. But the next 5 years are going to pump. South Africa is filled with such hope and optimism. Our government of national unity is a miraculous achievement. It is going to be, the next 5 years are going to be incredible. It's not going to be all a tar road. There's going to be a bit of a sand road, and there's going to be all kinds of stuff happening on the side. But our constitution, that was really the reward of the struggle that Mandela gave us, and together with all the people that fought, is really the most magnificent document. And I want to just read it for you. It's 3 minutes. Trust me, it's not a big fat constitution. It says, we the people of South Africa recognize the injustices of our past, honor those who have suffered for justice and freedom in our land, respect those who have worked to build and develop our country, and believe that South Africa belongs to all who live in it, united in our diversity. We therefore, through our freely elected representatives, adopt this constitution as the supreme law of the Republic, so as to, and here is our job description, heal the divisions of the past and establish a society based on democratic values, social justice, and fundamental human rights. Lay the foundations for a democratic and open society in which government is based on the will of the people and every citizen is equally protected by law. Improve the quality of life of all citizens and free the potential of each person. And build a united and democratic South Africa, able to take its rightful place as a sovereign state in the family of nations. May God protect our people. Nkosi sikeleli Afrika, morena boloko sechaba sensu. God save South Africa. God bless South Africa. Motsimu kulatsi Africa. Kosi ketikisa Africa. And so for me, this is a vision. That we have a vision of a rainbow nation which is being delayed. But for me, this is the time. This is the time to deliver on what this promise of our constitution is, and what the vision of what a truly magnificent South Africa can be. From a Nando's point of view, these have been our values that we started from day one. We've been a business that's been based on values, but certainly recently based on incredible purpose. What is your purpose in life? And for me, that purpose is bringing light to a dark world. Bringing light when it seems evident that there isn't light. And there is no better time in South Africa. As you matrics start going into the world, the impact that Davidians have had in the world is just absolutely phenomenal. And so don't listen. Just listen to the music under the noise. Because there's a lot of noise. There's the most magnificent music. It's a lesson I learned from Chief Rabbi Jonathan Sachs. Listen to the music under the noise. There is such an opportunity. As South Africans, the impact that South Africans have made in the world and the impact that Davidians have made in the world is absolutely phenomenal. So as I stand here and I look at the achievements of landowners, they're not my achievements, trust me, it's been the achievements of so many people, of so many good people that have had incredible values, incredible focus, incredible kind of we've done this with really good educational basis. But from our point of view, we're a bunch of guys that really were doff and at the back of the class, I can tell you right now. So it is possible to achieve anything in life if you are grounded in incredible values with a very, very strong purpose. And purpose is absolutely critical. I've worked very closely with Benji Porter. You have no idea what Benji has achieved with CAP and what CAP are doing with Josie and the Maharishi Institute in the inner city of Joburg, re-inspiring, re-energizing the city of Joburg. It is the hardest challenge we've ever had, but the G20 is coming to Joburg in November 2025, which means President of America, the President of France, Italy, the Prime Minister of England is coming to South Africa, to Joburg particularly. And it's never happened before that the G20 has ever been on the African continent, and Josie is actually hosting it. Just imagine, Joburg is hosting it, and we are not ready. The government haven't even told us about it yet. And that is the magnificence. That is the magnificence of who we are. Because we can make magic with nothing. And watch how we deliver. Watch how we deliver the G20 in November 2025. Because that is who we are. That is who we are as South Africans. So as I leave you, okay, I want to leave you with a very strong message that has always been part of my heart. I'm not going to sing it. Okay? I'm going to read you the words of a poet and a songwriter that has inspired me from King David times, from when I was sitting here. I didn't smoke, but I was amazed with guys that used to smoke. I used to have a few dogs. I will tell you we had a few dogs. And coming back here, I just the kind of smell and the comfort that I feel coming back is something that is just unbelievable. It's like a cozy place to come back to. And as you go out into the world can sometimes be not so cozy. So it's good to actually understand the fundamentals of who we are, South Africans. But I want to leave you with some of Bob Dylan's words, and I'm definitely not going to sing it. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. And may you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong. And may you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful, and may your song always be sung, and may you stay forever young. Lorraine, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for what you've done for King David. I want to thank you for what King David's done for me in my lifetime. I want to thank, on behalf of Hilton, I want to thank what King David's done for me. I want to thank for future generations. My kind of purpose in life is that my grandchildren come to King David, and that my grandchildren go to Wits University. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Brosen, for your words of encouragement and for inspiring us tonight. We also understand that you were the king of mischief at KDL and that you have had many family members following your footsteps. We know it is no flaming chicken or the Olympic flame, but please accept this token of our appreciation. Ms. Shraga, you have been a role model, leader, and mentor over the past 5 years. You are present at every match, at every production, and at every event. You share our successes. You feel our pain when we are hurt. You are our proudest supporter in every possible moment.
You are more than a head of school, and while your choice in soccer teams is perhaps your only flaw, you still make sure that we never walk alone. We now hand over to you, Ms. Shraga.
Thank you to Zoe and Dobby, and my father always said it's not how you start, it's how you finish, so please God you won't walk alone. Rabbi Kasif, Mr. Alan Jaffe, Mrs. Leslie Ann Gatter, Mr. David Bloch, Mr. Andrew Baker, Mrs. Shelley Frankel, Mrs. Karen Levy, colleagues and members of staff from the head office of the South African Board of Jewish Education, Mrs. Radine Trudansky, and our guest speaker, Mr. Brosen, and your wonderful guests, staff, parents, and Matrics of 2024. Here we stand to the day of October the 7th, and we are strong and proud Jews who stand firmly with our beloved homeland Israel. As we send our next cohort of proud Jewish students into the world, I'd like to reflect on what it means to be a Jew. The very term Jew stems from the word Yehuda, denoting our ethnic lineage from Judea. When expelled by colonizing forces, we preserved our identity in the metaphorical suitcase of what we call Judaism, a suitcase packed with our culture, language, beliefs, and collective memory. Jews tightly carried the suitcase as we were dispersed to Africa, Europe, and beyond. In these foreign lands, the Jewish experience was consistently marked by struggle rather than belonging. We were always seen as outsiders. We were never Germans, we were never Polish, we were never Spanish, we were Jews. Judaism is not just a religion, it is embedded in every action we take as Jews. Therefore, we require knowledge and understanding of what Jewish identity is. Jewish literacy is a vital component to the continuation of the Jews. We must understand Jewish peoplehood and the peculiarities that make us a distinct people with a unique experience and identity. And this must be seen through a Jewish lens. Otherwise, we betray not only our past and present, but also endanger the future of the Jewish people. It will be impossible for us to survive if we do not understand what it means to be a Jew. So if you're asked, what are you? Respond bravely, I am a Jew, and then you can begin explaining the truth of our people. It is in this context that you, the students, must understand the priceless gift that you've been given. A unique Jewish education, one deeply rooted in Jewish tradition, values, and wisdom. Your Jewish education is a blueprint for life, built on the teachings of our ancestors, the wisdom of the Torah, the mystery of the Hebrew language, and the rich tapestry of values that have sustained our people for generations. Especially during the turbulence and trauma of the past year, with our hearts in Israel, with our our soldiers, the citizens, and hostages, it is vital to understand who we are and where we came from. The land of Israel is ours, given to us by Hashem, and so is our collective memory of what Israel means to us and how it lives in our hearts daily. You have been blessed in the last 5 years to have had daily tefillah in the mornings, where we praise Hashem with one voice and celebrate every Chag. To the Matric students who have proudly studied Ivrit every day, to the celebrations of Yom Ha'atzmaut and Yom Yerushalayim, to the days of our commemorations, to the Israeli flags that boldly adorn our campus, to the kosher food at our tuck shop. We are Jews in our hearts and souls. For me, living the life of a Jew and Zionist in Johannesburg has always been easy. We have had access to everything we need to be proud Jews. Shuls, kosher restaurants, supermarkets, mikvot, youth movements, and community centres. In my 10th year as the head of this magnificent and unique school, I bow my head in respect to a community that has loved and fostered Jewish and Zionistic education. A community that has made it easy for me to lead the school and to nurture young Jews. A community that is one. My 10 years of head of school is meaningful for me, in that the great 16th century mystic and philosopher, the Maharal, describes that 10 is when individuals become a collective, the same way that 10 Jews become a minyan. Rav Kook describes the 10th letter, Yud, as being the number in its perfection that unifies every distinct detail. I feel that this 10 years of transcendence is underpinned by our school's community of vital role players, and I pay tribute to these special people without whom the Matrics of 2024 and I simply could not manage. Rabbi Sif, your wisdom, fairness, commitment and support of the school is unwavering. The themes of honor, ethics, morality and loyalty certainly sums you up. You embody kindness and humility, and I truly value your friendship and input. Tom Johnson, your thought and organization are beyond comparison. You are a meticulous planner, and you certainly know every corner of this campus. We would have not managed without your calm approach to everything, your strength and your endurance. Your investment in the school's building projects is truly admirable, and our new sports complex is testament to your professionalism and untiring commitment. On a very personal note, Tom, I want to thank you for our unique friendship that we have shared for 38 years. We have had a friendship that is built on trust, mutual respect, and many shared experiences. I have valued your support, your understanding in moments of joy and heartbreak. We have countless memories, inside jokes, and a mutual love for sport. Even though you support Liverpool, you have been a true friend to me with your unwavering loyalty and love. You have enriched my life in so many ways. Thank you. Ms. Al-Sachs, your commitment to Judaism is shown in a woman who fiercely defends what she believes in and is a leader in her very being. You calmly and professionally tackle everything that comes your way. From educational trends to news from Israel, you are proficient in whatever you engage with. You have given me strength with your unbelievable ability to see things always with a unique perspective and positivity. You have an untiring commitment and dedication to the school as a whole, and you foster and maintain the Jewish and Zionistic principles of the school. It is no wonder that last year you were awarded the Jewish Academy Award for Excellence in Hebrew Teaching. Thank you to Beth Bauer for nurturing our matrics in all the demands of the matric year. You keep our matrics supported and in the present. I thank you for your hard work and support to myself. Your commitment and professionalism is highly appreciated. Dino Angelo, whether you're grappling with sums, class and subject changes, or endless IEB admin, and of course, Oisa, you have shown yourself to be a profound acrobat. Thank you for everything you have done during the year, as well as your commitment to the academic side of the school. To Rav Renan, you embody Torah values in your soul. You are admirable, intelligent, inspirational, and we value your wisdom and your contribution to the school. I owe all the directors a debt of gratitude for their hard work. You are all so different in your own way, but you all fulfill your roles by ensuring that all your duties are looked after. Jocelyn Angel, Manette Jacobson, Kayla Moore, Beth Miller, Michelle Naidu, Kavashni Pillay, Rav Sasson, Justine Sandler, Andrea Sloan, Rian Fillion. I thank each one of you. Thank you for your outstanding work that you do as our IT director. Your dedication and expertise with tech innovation has made a significant impact on both our staff and students. You are knowledgeable, reliable, and forward-thinking. To Kirsty Forsman and your team, your precision in planning and the execution of all the various sporting codes we have is formidable. Thank you for all you have done for the school in the sporting arena. You showcase our school always to the best of our talents and strengths, and our sporting success is testament to your hard work. To the teachers of King David High School, Linksfield, a staff too big to name individually, but a combination of heroes. You bring your own set of strengths, skills, and talents to educate our students in your own very special ways. I am blessed to have so many dedicated teachers in the school. To the counselling department of Meryl Malkin, Lisa Klutz, Vanessa Trackman, and Carla Verstein, you are a team like no other. I thank you for nurturing our students, fighting for what is right, and complementing each other so well. Thank you for being the safe space for staff, students, and parents. Your warmth and care and investment are very much appreciated. To my incredible PA, Bev Rosenfeld, I want to express my deepest gratitude for everything that you do. Your dedication, attention to detail, and the ability to anticipate my needs are nothing short of remarkable. You handle every task, big or small, with such grace and efficiency that it often feels like magic. Your unwavering support allows me to focus on the running of the school, knowing that everything else is in the best hands. Thank you for always going above and beyond, for your professionalism, for the positive energy you bring every day. I am truly fortunate to have you by my side. And thank you to all the admin staff, Debbie Jacobs, Debbie Freeman, Naama Hazi, and Tracy Schwartz. You manage to ensure that every person in the school is looked after so beautifully, and you are all so nurturing. You treat all the students with respect and professionalism. I am grateful to every single one of you, and thank you for everything that you do behind the scenes. Thank you to our bursar, Candice Swanepoel, for always being so professional in dealing with the mountains of paperwork, invoices, receipts, forms that ensure that our finances are in order. Thank you to Jodie Starkovitz. Your creativity and vision are truly unmatched. Your campaigns this year have been world-class, awe-inspiring and memorable. Thank you for all that you do and for all the hours that you devote to such a variety of school activities. You adapt so well to every role that comes your way, and your marketing and marketing always portrays our school in the best light. Thank you to the PTA, to Sue DeSantis, Norman Sati, Chris Heinemann, Tembi Salemi, Mandla Mapufu, Freddie Parler, Jane Moore, Kabela Manchani, and all the members of our maintenance and transport teams. I'd also like to pay special thanks to the CSO. And a special thanks also to Bev for your ultra-efficient planning of this evening. A special tribute to you, the parents of our matrics of 2024. I thank you for entrusting your children to our care and for understanding the importance of Jewish education. And now to our matrics of 24. As you step into the world beyond the walls of the school, you carry with you more than academic achievements. You carry a legacy of tikkun olam, chesed, and tzedakah. The world needs your voice, your values, and your leadership now more than ever. Think of Moshe Rabbeinu, our greatest teacher. He led with humility, courage, and wisdom. He was not perfect. He struggled, he questioned, but he always remained committed to his mission, to his people. His journey teaches us that greatness comes not from avoiding challenges, but facing them with a sense of purpose and responsibility. Like Moshe, you too will face challenges. There will be moments when the path is unclear, when the world feels overwhelming, or when your values are tested. In those moments, I urge you to remember the foundations that you have been given. The teachings of our Torah are not just ancient stories or laws. They are timeless guides for navigating the complexities of modern life. You are now the ambassadors of our Jewish heritage. As you continue on your Jewish journey, remember, Am Israel Chai, the Jewish people live, and you are part of that internal chain. But beyond the Jewish values, you have been taught, beyond the Jewish values that you've been taught, you've also learned the importance of community. Throughout your education, you have been surrounded by teachers, rabbis, mentors, and friends that have nurtured you, who have challenged you and celebrated with you. This sense of belonging, of shared responsibility, is something that will stay with you wherever you go. Cherish it, nurture it, and strive to build it in every new community you encounter. As you leave the school and step into the next phase of your journey, I want to remind you of a phrase we recite often. Hazak ve'ematz, be strong and courageous. Strength doesn't come from physical power, it comes from conviction, from knowing who you are and staying true to your values. The courage to face fear and the ability to act despite it. You know that you are equipped to make a difference in the world. You have been given the tools, the wisdom, and the inspiration to be the leaders of tomorrow. The Jewish people have always believed in the power of education to transform not only individuals but society. Now it is your turn to carry that tradition forward. Matrix, I bless you with success in all your endeavors. May you always have the strength to pursue your dreams, the courage to stand up for what is right, and the wisdom to lead with kindness and compassion. Mazal tov on your achievements. May you go from strength to strength, and may your future be as bright as the heritage that you carry with you. Use all the opportunities that Hashem has bestowed upon you to be kind and graceful, and to embody all the Jewish heroes and heroines that have stood before you. Be brave. May our soldiers in the IDF and our hostages return to us soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Schrager. You have taught us so many valuable lessons over the years. You have always encouraged us to participate and do our best. Your lessons remind us of a famous line coined by Napoleon and adopted by Roland Garros. Victory belongs to the most tenacious. I can assure you, Ms. Schrager, the class of 2024 won't let you down. We hope to step up to the podium, breaking records and achieving our potential, now as graduates and in the future as proud alumni.
As part of our closing 2024 ceremony, please welcome our amazing KD Jam Band who will perform I Lived by One Republic. Sarah Alexander, Raz Udner, Ben Parrott and Gabi Zeki, with Matric's Ayla Gelbart, Brent Levine, Levi Marin and Noah Norwich, are about to leave you speechless. Take it away.
Take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Open the rises, you built the wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Moment
You are all a testimony to the fantastic and multi-talented musicians of our school. Thank you to Katie Jam, the music department, Mrs. Jessica Curran, and Mrs. Deborah Mizrahi.
Luckily, this isn't the Olympics, or our singers would have cleaned up the trophy table. We now call upon our champions, heads and team leaders, Ben Ginsberg and Mandy Wu, who have led us and our matric class over the past year. They are a driving force with whom Dovie and I have been privileged to work. Mandy on the field and Ben literally at the forefront of this stage. We thank you both for your contribution, strong leadership, mentoring, and most importantly, your friendship. We are so grateful to have been the other half of this foursome, overcoming many hurdles together. Just a side note, if you're sitting in the front row, this is a splash zone because the next two speakers will shed a tear or two.
Disney movie, Inside Out, the inner workings of the teenage mind are illustrated through different emotional characters. Joy, sadness, anger, fear, disgust, and the new characters, anxiety, boredom, envy, and embarrassment. As I look back on our years in high school, I can see the influence of each and every one of these emotions. The fear and anxiety of joining the school, the boredom of COVID, the anxiety surrounding exams, the sadness of saying our goodbyes to high school, but most importantly, overwhelming joy. Good evening, Ms. Schrager, Rabbi Seif, members of the Board of Jewish Education, members of the King David Schools Foundation, honored guests, staff, parents, and most importantly, Matric 2024. In the movie Inside Out, when the new emotions are arriving on the scene, there's one emotion that arrives prematurely: nostalgia. It is said in the movie, and I quote, that Rabbi, the main character, has at least 10 years, 2 graduations, and a best friend's wedding until nostalgia is needed. However, tonight, for the class of 2024, nostalgia is coming out of hibernation. As a grade, we have been together through incredible highs and deep lows. Our every moment in the school, our second home, has been spent together. One of the defining moments of our high school careers and our time in student leadership has been the tragedy of October 7th. The fact is that we live in a post-October 7th world, and even as we celebrate our graduation from high school tonight, we do so with a heavy heart and with an acknowledgement of Israel. We are so incredibly lucky to have been educated in an environment that is unapologetically Zionistic, where we can support Israel without fear. Here, we have learned not only the theorems of Euclidean geometry, the fundamental counting principle, and for all of you Hebrew students out there, that but how to go out into the world with a strong connection to our Judaism and to our beloved state of Israel. I can say with confidence that King David has prepared us to go out into the world as individuals, and I'm so excited to see what the matrics of 2024 will achieve in the future. We are privileged to matriculate with an unmatched sense of community, and most importantly, the memories and relationships that we have formed. I have severely underestimated the power of the emotion of nostalgia. I've spent the last few weeks endlessly going through old videos on my phone and laughing at old farts on the class group chat, 12Q, you know who you are, trying to relive the best moments of our last 5 years together. I don't think any one of us would like to go back to grade 8, myself included, but the knowledge that our days in uniform are numbered is terrifying. I mourn the end of our school days, but I also look ahead to all of the exciting things that lie in our future. Now, allowing the emotion of nostalgia to take the wheel, and maybe a good amount of sadness as well, I would like to quote the series finale of the popular TV series Dairy Girls. There's a part of me that wishes everything could stay the same. There's a part of me that doesn't really want to grow. I'm not sure I'm ready for it. I'm not sure I'm ready for the world. But things can't stay the same, and they shouldn't. No matter how scary it is, we have to move on, and we have to grow up. Because things, well, they might just change for the better. In Sefer Kohelet, chapter 7, verse 8, it is written, Tov acharit davar maroshito. The end of a matter is better than its beginning. This verse reflects the value of seeing things through to their completion. And as I stand here tonight, looking back at our time on our time at KDL, we have reached the end of our journeys. And for me, the end has been far better than the beginning. I was once an absolutely terrified little grade 8 boy who felt so intimidated and insecure. Now, KDL has become my family. If only our grade 8 selves could see us now. Sometime between then and now, welcome to grade 8 turned into Matrics, you've made it. What electives are you taking next year turned into deciding what our plans are for next year. What are you wearing for civies turned into what are you wearing for MD? I hope it's not a red dress. Blazers being too big turned into matric jackets. New faces turned into lifetime friendships. And 5 years together turned into just weeks. Sometime between then and now, we grew up without even realizing it. In Sefer Kohelet chapter 3 verse 1 it is written, To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. The end of high school marks the end of one season and the beginning of another. I cannot describe how much I'm going to miss the simple everyday interactions. Sharing a laugh between classes, or the empty last days of term when the school becomes your playground. Every single person here tonight is an integral part of this grade, and your contribution does not go unnoticed. To the class of 2024, it has been an honor and a privilege to get to know you. I'll miss being a part of this grade more than you'll ever know. As author Ali Kondi said, growing apart doesn't change the fact that for a long time we grew side by side. Our roots will always be tangled. I'm glad for that. My wish for us is that we remember all our strong roots of Judaism, Zionism, community, kindness, and friendship that we have grown here over the last 5 years. And that next year they help us to branch out into the world around us while keeping us forever grounded and connected to each other.
Members of the Foundation, honoured guests, parents, staff, and matrics of 2024. I'm often asked, of all the top schools in the country, why King David High School Linksfield? As I stand before you today, I know why, and I'll try to express it in words. Today marks the culmination of our years of dedication, perseverance, and growth. It is a day of reflection, celebration, and anticipation as we stand on the threshold of new beginnings. Not so long ago, we sat here as the grade 8 class of 2020, and as some of us grew older, as we grew older and some of us taller, we now are the loud troublemakers in the gallery. Today, we know what we would remove from the maths formula sheet, what we can buy off the Donkerbet, and of course, the impact of the 4th Industrial Revolution. Reflecting on our journey together, I'm reminded of the wisdom I learned in Hebrew this past year. Found in chapter 1, Mishnah 15 of Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Fathers, where it is written, Omer ma'at v'asar habe, say little and do much. The simple yet profound teaching urges us to let our actions speak louder than our words. As I look back on the years we spent together, it's clear that our grade embodied this ethos. with the SMAC team giving of ourselves selflessly for the school, behind the scenes to ensure all events, tonight included, runs efficiently and professionally. With my fellow sportsmen and sportswomen, success on the fields and courts. This is the definition of playing proudly for the badge. Im lo bishvili bishvil kavitsati. If not for me, for my team. And many more students giving of themselves to all areas in King David High School, Linksfield. This is what makes us, us. Here, there's a place for everyone. As we gather tonight, proudly to celebrate our academic achievements, let us not forget the victories of each individual, whether they are big or small. I'd like to share a saying that my grandmother imparted to me over the years, a saying that has guided me through many of the challenges I've faced in school. Your jingli zoha, just try your best. This simple phrase has been a constant reminder that while perfection is an illusion, effort is within our grasp. It's not about achieving the impossible, but about giving our all in everything we do. As we stand on the brink of our final examinations and important choices, let us carry this wisdom with us. Let us remember that our best is always enough, and that in giving our best, we honor not just ourselves, but also those who have supported us along the way. To answer the question, why not King David? Here, I've learned what it means to be part of something greater than myself. I've been accepted with open hearts. Through my school journey at King David Linksfield, I have witnessed the power of community and how everyone is willing to help. The universe has its way because I believe I was always meant to wear the King David badge. I'm immensely proud and will be forever grateful to call King David High School Linksfield my home. I'm deeply honored to represent a group that has become more than just classmates, but my family away from home. Together, we have journeyed on a long highway, a unique chapter in our lives, a chapter filled with moments of joy, laughter, and struggle. Whether it be never turning on our cameras for our online classes, watching the infamous Othello play, or holding a funeral for Ben's Fish in the Matric Boys bathroom. It truly has been a journey filled with memories which will be cherished forever. But in every high and low, we found strength in one another, and that, above all, is what has shaped us into who we are. We sit in this hall today as proud students of King David High School Linksfield, and in a short 6 days, we will be back here again to write our last exams. As we all know, the Hebrew word shalom has a double meaning, the first meaning of which is hello, the second meaning being goodbye. Today, we stand at the end of our journeys as Davidians and as matrics. It is with a great sense of sadness and loss that I must use the first meaning, saying shalom, goodbye to the school and to our grade. But at the same time, I say shalom, hello to the exciting next phase of our lives. Today, we close a significant chapter in our lives, but as we do so, we are reminded that every ending is but a new beginning. The education we have received is not merely the accumulation of knowledge, but the cultivation of values, resilience, and a deep sense of responsibility. We have been equipped not just to succeed in our chosen paths, but to contribute meaningfully to the world. Thank you for giving me the privilege of being your head girl, but thank you for giving me the honor of being one of you. So, as I say goodbye, I'm reminded it's not really goodbye, because you can never really say goodbye to family. Thank you. We thank you for your continued support, your strong leadership, and your caring guidance throughout our time in student leadership and all our years at King David Linksfield. Your commitment to achieving the potential of each and every student is inspiring. We are forever grateful for all your efforts and sacrifice for us and the students of King David Linksfield.
To Rabbi Sif, we thank you for all of your help and unwavering leadership of the King David schools throughout our high school careers.
To the executive body of the school, Mr. Johnson, our on-site handyman, architect, Minister of Health, Chief of Police, and Keeper of the Keys. Your passion for ensuring the smooth running of our school is unlike any we have seen. We thank you for your immense contribution, your blood, sweat, and tears, and for always doing it with a smile on your face.
מורסת, אנחנו רוצים להוקיר לך תודה על ההדרכה המתמשכת ועל היותך המתווך של ערכים יהודיים וציונות בבית ספר שלנו. השרשת בנו ובתרבות בית הספר אהבה לשפה העברית וגאווה לישראל. את שני אלה ניקח איתנו לכל מקום. Moursats, we thank you for your continued guidance and for being a pillar of Jewish values and Zionism in our school. You have instilled in us and in the culture of the school a love of the Hebrew language and a love for Israel that we will take with us wherever we go.
Ms. Bauer, thank you for always keeping us calm, collected, and mindful. Mr. Angelo, the one always cracking jokes, thank you for continuously keeping us in good spirits and ensuring the academic excellence of our school.
To all of the directors, Mrs. Angel, Mrs. Jacobson, Mrs. Miller, Mrs. Moore, Mrs. Nadu, Mrs. Pillay, Rabbi Sasson, Mrs. Sandberg, Mrs. Schlom, and Mr. Fillion. We thank you not only for your most important job, which is signing the go home slips, but also for your commitments to the students of the school and for being our first port of call in all spheres.
Thank you to all our junior teachers for setting us with a strong foundation upon which to grow and thrive into our matric year.
To Rav Ranan and Rabbi Sasson and the entire Jewish Studies Department, thank you for your continued dedication throughout our high school careers and for nurturing values of Yiddishkeit in the school.
To our matric teachers, or rather our babysitters, mentors, therapists, and second parents, we cannot express our immense gratitude for all your time and efforts put into making sure we achieve our full potential.
To the entire KDHL staff, to the counselling, marketing, and administrative staff, the ground staff, the maintenance teams, bus drivers, and security, we thank you for making sure our school is organised, clean, well kept, safe, and that we are always looked after. Without you and your dedication, we would not be here tonight.
Thank you to the sports department, coaching staff, and cultural department for providing us with all the opportunities we could have asked for outside the academic sphere.
To Zoe and Dorby, our partners in crime, we have been privileged to work with you over this past year. We would not have chosen to serve with anyone else and have learned so much from you both. Your support has been invaluable. We love you guys.
To the student leadership body, your loyalty and devotion to the school's success over the past 5 years is truly admirable. We thank you for your service and for helping make King David Linksfield what it is today.
To our parents and to all of the matric parents, you are the true heroes tonight. We thank you for your commitment to us and for helping us to achieve our potential. Thank you for all the countless hours of schlepping and for gifting us this world-class education. Now, Now to Mandy. Not everyone gets the privilege of seeing their best friend every day, but I've had the privilege of serving alongside her. Mandy, you have been my biggest support, my cheerleader, my confidant, and my teacher. I could not have had a better partner, and I'm so grateful to have shared this experience with you. Give her a moment to recover.
To the best co-pilot I could ever ask for, thank you for your continuous support and keeping me sane this past year. Your dedication and unwavering commitment have been truly inspiring. Together, we've navigated challenges, celebrated victories, and worked tirelessly to make spreadsheets. Thank you for not only being the best co-pilot, but also a friend I can always count on. Last but not least, to to the class of 2024. Thank you for being our colleagues in the classroom, our teammates on the sports field, and our best friends. We love you all and will miss each and every one of you.
We thank you for being a part of our grade and for being part of the school community. We are so incredibly excited to see what you achieve in the future. We love you and will miss you all.
Good evening, King David, and goodbye, Matric 2024.
Ben and Mandy, we cannot be more honored to have worked with you. Zoe and I hope that we can match up to you as captains and of course mentors, and that together we can continue to make great strides in the future beyond the KDO arena.
They say all good things must come to an end, but like Mandy said, saying goodbye is really the start of new beginnings.
To the class of 2024, our friends, we have travelled with some of you on this marathon journey for many years, and this makes it difficult to say goodbye. It is time to cross the finish line with as much passion and energy as we can muster.
Those of us with extra time, separate venues, and all the apparatus we engage to get there. The clock is ticking and there's no time left to pause, as we hand over the baton to the matrics of 2025.
The heats, the quarters, and the semis are done. We now wish our matric cohort all the best for finals and the future, whether you decide to sprint to the finish or take it in your stride.
The finale of this evening's proceedings is upon us, where our spectators can applaud us as we hand over the podium to Ms. Schrager for the award ceremony. Thank you to every one of you for being with us tonight. Remember, fellow matriculants, we are the individual winners of our own event, and we should all go for gold. Ms. Schrager, the stage is yours. Behatzlacha, everyone. And on your marks, get set, go.
This is actually the reason we're here. We're going to start off with the awarding of the medals for academic achievement. I'd ask the following students please to come up to receive their bronze medals. These are students that achieved an average between 74.5 to 79.4% in their prelim exams. Ricky Bloch, Hannah Bondi, Sam Bravo, Jamie Klaas, Kira Danehauser, Gia Fine, Gilla Jacks, Grace Jacobson, Noah Nurich, Sammy Kotzen, Georgia Rabinovitz, Emma Sasson, Ethan Schaffman, Sienna Schaffman, and Jessie Sher. There is a medal, but it's just engraved. The silver medal for academic excellence with an average between 79.5 and 84.4. Rabbi Brothers. Lucia Bentel, Ariella Cohen, Jaden Feinberg, Ariella Hirsch, Zoe J, Hannah Katz, Zoe Claff, Jacob Lever, Hannah Levy, Levi Marin, Rachel Smith, Kayla Solomon, Ashley Stain, Chad Walters, and Aaron Zolberg. Zach Burr, Amy Blumenthal, Savannah Brook, Elijah Fleischman, Stephen Furman, Saul Gelbart, Ben Ginsberg, David Jamie, David Joseph, Jordy Kubelin, Tanner Lyons, Gidon Miltz, Judd Rajak, Brett Sandler, Gabrielle Sender, and Mandy Wu. Mr. Johnson could come forward to present the Gary Block Trophy for exemplary commitment to King David Linksfield, Benjamin Ginsberg and Mandy Wu. Trophy for service and commitment, Zoe Claff and Tanner Lyons. The Nadine Rosen Trophy for service, Zoe J. The Richardson Family Trophy for selfless commitment, Josh Lauter. example, Dovi Porter. The Arnie Altschuler Trophy for personal and academic growth, Elijah Fleischman. The Lee Isaacson Trophy for Commendable Progress, presented by Mr. Angelo Mayer Fine. The Ruskin Trophy for Scholastic Progress, Jesse Sher. Family Trophy for the top girl matriculant, Savannah Brooks. Abraham and Nathan Burson's Award and Lipman Brothers Trophy for the top boy matriculant, Stephen Furman. The Norman Sandler Prize for Genuine Intellectual Curiosity, John T. Landhouse. HOD of Mathematics, to hand out the following trophies. The Levine Trophy for Mathematics, Too Cool for School, Stephen Furman. As Stephen comes up, he will also receive the Smith Family Trophy for Further Studies Mathematics. Robb Trophy for exceptional ability in mathematics, David Jammy and Savannah Brooke. For special aptitude in mathematics, Ben Ginsberg and Gabrielle the Sharon Sack Memorial Trophy for Progress in Mathematics, Ethan Katz. Mrs. Gina Rasmus could come up, HOD of Physical Sciences. The Benny Uranovsky Prize and the Silverman Family Trophy for Physical Sciences, Stefan Furman. The award for further studies, physics, Saul Gelbart. The Erasmus Award for Excellence in Chemistry, David Jammy. I could ask Mr. Mitchell to come up to present the Mitchell Award for Excellence in Physics, Stefan Furman. The next presenter, Mrs. Justine Sandler, HOD of English, to present the Standard Bank Trophy for Linguistic Ability, Ben Ginsberg. Ashley Subel Trophy for creative literary talent, Ariella Hirsch. There are a lot of recipients to this one, just because they're also outstanding, with the David Subel Trophy for Oratory Excellence, Ben Ginsberg, Ariella Hirsch, Zoe J, Zoe Claff, Noah Nurich, and Emma Sasson. If I could ask Mrs. Makatini to please come up. HOD of isiZulu. The Maluvu Trophy for isiZulu, Zoe J. The Maluva Trophy for Progress in isiZulu, Noah Schmuck. To come up to present Ms. van Rensburg, HOD of Afrikaans, the Andrea Shapiro Trophy for Afrikaans, Stefan Firmham. Jackie Sack Floating Trophy for Progress in Afrikaans, Jacob Hansen. Trophy for Excellence in English, Ben Ginsberg. The Maryland Chazen Trophy for Exceptional Progress in English, Thailand. The Jackie Sack Floating Trophy for Progress in English, Robert Rubin. The Mazal Sachs Trophy for Exceptional Achievement in Hebrew, Savannah Brook. For Hebrew in the prelim. The Porter Trophy for Excellence in Hebrew, Judd Rajak and Gabriel Sender. Trophy for Outstanding Progress in Hebrew, W. Rexman. Trophy for real commitment to Hebrew and general dedication to King David, Noah Nurich. The Blesilowski Award and the Glaser Family Trophy for the student who has shown general interest and a love for Hebrew, Stephen Furman, David Joseph, and Tanner Lyons. Trophy for a sincere devotion to the Hebrew language and the state of Israel, Benjamin Ginsburg. not sure if Mrs. Nadine Booker is in the audience. If she is, if she'd come up. The Innes Trophy for Excellence in Zionist Endeavour in memory of the late Tony Innes, Georgia Rabinovitz. Rabbi Goss Trophy for upholding the Jewish ethos of the school, Dovi Porter. Rav Sasson to head of the Jewish Studies Department to present the Bainesh Trophy for outstanding commitment to Judaism, Naomi Klaas and Yair Maris. Now I'd like to ask Mr. Greg Waxman to come up to present the next award. The Waxman family, the trophy for Ahavat Torah in memory of Bradley Waxman, who matriculated from King David in 1987. Jonathan Azalea. Rabbi Renan to present the next trophy, the Ronnie Ming Trophy for commitment to Jewish life of King David, Gad Berkowitz, Judd Rajak, and Brett Sandler. To present the accounting trophy for the top achiever, David Joseph. Mrs. Michelle Naidu to present the Shah Lipman Trophy for Business Studies to Amy Blumenthal. Michelle Kopelovitz Trophy for Exceptional Business Studies Acumen, Alessio Bento. To present the Milner and Sloan Consumer Studies Award to Amber Allison. The Milner Trophy for Consumer Studies Practical, and I always say whoever gets this award is a fuck, because obviously they can cook, Samara Davidovic. Ask Mrs. Debbie Mizrahi to come up to award the Leslie Friedman Trophy for Dramatic Arts Theory to Ariella Hirsch. Trophy for Dramatic Arts Practical, Ayla Galbo. The next award, if I could ask Gina Schmuttler to please come up to present this award. I don't think Gina's been back to school since she matriculated. I'm blessed to have her as family, and it is just wonderful to have you here with us this evening, Gina. The Schmuttler Trophy for Continuous Involvement and Contribution to Performing Arts, Ben Ginsberg and Ariella Hirsch. Mrs. Johnson and Mr. Johnson could come forward. The Tom Johnson Trophy for Outstanding Interest in Geography, Chad Wilson. Mrs. Jocelyn Angel and Mr. Peter Shevach to come up to award, please, the Anthony Meissen Award and the Angel Trophy for History to Jacob Lever. Trophy for a genuine love and interest in history, Gina Dave, John T. Landau, and Sienna Shaw. If I could ask Dr. and Mrs. Mendelo to come up onto the stage. Dr. Mendelo and Mrs. Mendelo are parents of our wonderful, beloved and late teacher that worked here, Mr. Warren Mendelo, and it's their trophy to give to a student who has an inquiring historical mind, and that goes to Geordie Kuberlin. To come up to present the Alt Trophy for IT Practical to Stefan Furman, David Jammy, and Gabriel Singh. The next award, if I could ask Mr. Paul Edelstein to come up as well, please, to present the David Edelstein Trophy for IT. Paul has just reminded me that his son, who this trophy is in memory of, matriculated in 1998, so thank you, Paul. And that goes to Gabriel Singh. The David Edelstein Trophy for CAT, Levi Crossed. Miller will present the Bev Miller and Marlene Miller Life Orientation Trophy to Ben Ginsberg and Zoe J. Mrs. Pillay, head of our Life Sciences Department, to award the Inga Paz Award and the Eisenberg Family Trophy for Life Sciences to Tanner Lyons, Levi Marin, and Judd Rajak. The Renee Friedman Trophy for genuine interest in biological sciences, Levi Marin. Mrs. Lee, if you would come up please, HOD of Math Literacy. Can I just ask you to stop? The Maths Literacy Trophy to Amber Allison. Jessica Curran to award Best Performer in Music to Ayla Galbraith. Most amazing drummer, and I wish you everything of the best. Would Mr. Riss please come up to present the next award? This is exemplary contribution to music at King David, Ayla Galbart, Layla Kale, and Brent Levine. Tourism will come up to present the Bursix Trophy for Tourism to Josh Lauter. The Trophy for Sustained Commitment and Improvement in Tourism, Sienna Sharp. Present the next award, Mrs. Shannon Schneider, Head of Visual Arts, the Eisenberg Family Trophy for Visual Arts Theory, Hannah Katz. The Nick Siro Trophy for Outstanding Art Practical, Dario Khan. The next award, if I could please call up Mr. and Mrs. Morris, Pan and Clark to the stage. This next award is in memory of their son, who absolutely loved every aspect of culture in the school. Wherever Jared was, there was music, there was fun. And to present this with Mrs. Snyder and Ms. Caldera, the Jared Morris Trophy for all-round contribution to the cultural life of King David High School, Linksfield, Ariella Hirsch. I think it's fitting that I've asked Mr. Rabbi to present the next award, which is the Morris Edgars Trophy for Social Awareness. Seriously. This goes to Zoe J. We're not done. The next award is the Ronnie Ming Trophy for Tolerance and Understanding of One's Fellow Man. This award goes to this person in the school who made it her business, no matter who she came into contact with, to actually see them, acknowledge them, and just see them for their humanity. And this award goes to Mandy Moon. We're about to present the Eco Award to Saul Galbert, Josh Lauter, Ashley Stain, and Chad Wilson. The Windsor Outreach Award and Hannah Block Trophy for Outreach, presented by Mrs. Ruth Johnson and Mrs. Kayla Moore, to Zoe Clapp. Rabbi, if I could ask you to present the next award. This is the Lexi Towers Festival Award. Lexi Towers was part of the 2023, would have been 2023 Matric group who sadly passed away at primary school. The parents donated a trophy in her memory. This award was voted by the Matric group and is given to someone who displays characteristics of true chesed. Lexi was an exceptionally kind and caring child, and that is why it is a chesed award. It is awarded to a student who personifies kindness without looking for any form of recognition in return. The recipient of this award this year has shown the most incredible derech eretz, and I'm proud to present, Rabbi Sifu is proud, will be presenting the Lexi Towers Chesed Award to John T. Landau. Donated by Jevon and Chad Binder, to Brent Levine, Noah Schmuckler, and Mandy Moon. the Mark Josephson Trophy for First Aid and Civic Responsibility, Josh Loughton. Mrs. Beverly Michael to come up to present the next award. It's absolutely wonderful to have you here with us. The Michaels Brothers Trophy is awarded to a student bringing achievement and bringing credit to King David High School, Linksfield. This year we have two talented matrics who have brought credit to the school in very different ways. The first talented young lady came third in the Linksfield International Public Speaking. It was held in Sydney, Australia. She was also placed first in the Chapman University Annual Holocaust Art and Creative Writing Competition. She represented the school at a week-long course on Holocaust education that was held on the campus of the University of California's campus. The second talented student who enjoys the outdoors in his quiet, polite and humble way and has won several prestigious awards for his creativity, including the 2023 Young South African Photographer of the Year Award, which was announced earlier this year, as well as the Youth in Africa category of the 2022 Benjamin Kappa African Wildlife Photograph Awards in November 2022. He's also been nominated in his Rising Star category of this year's Jewish Achievement Award. We are absolutely proud to present these two awards who have brought credit to Noah Norwich and Jamie Free. Pleasure to award the Elliot Wolf Head Student Leaders Prize. It has been an absolute honour and privilege to have worked with you, Ben and Mandy. I am going to miss those days when you just pop in, Mandy, when I have to hear about all your injuries, about all the soccer goals that you score, Ben, just your humble way and your beautiful demeanour. You have served the school with credit. I have been privileged to work side by side with you. Please, if you'd come up to get to Trophy for the Sportsman of the Year, and that goes to Jonathan Azalea and Dovi Porter. Sportswoman of the Year, Mandy Wu. Mr. Johnson. The Hirschman Trophy for exemplary contribution to school life, Benjamin Ginsberg. The Don and Stacey Jankelowitz Trophy for exemplary contribution to school life, Mandy Wu. The next award is the Lade Copans Trophy for outstanding service as a student leader. This award is voted for by the student leaders who recognise the outstanding contribution made by a recipient. And I'm pleased to award the Lade Copans Trophy for outstanding service as a student leader to Ashley Stain. The Lewis Trophy for the best all-rounder, Noah Nurich and Emma Sasson. The best all-rounder trophy, the Gary Shapiro Trophy, Saul Galbert and Dobby Porter. I could ask Mr. Michael Graham please to come up to present the next award. This perhaps is one of the most special awards that we present at our valedictory service. This award is voted on by the entire matric body. It is the A. Grabman Good Fellowship Trophy that excludes the head student leaders and the deputy head student leaders. This year marks the 50th anniversary of this award. Abe Grabman passed away in 1973 when his son Michael was still a pupil at King David. An award that was first presented by Michael's mother, then by Michael, and then by Michael's children, after they finished their schooling, also here at King David High School. Michael's grandson will be joining the high school next year and in the coming year making the third generation of Grandmans to attend King David High School in Linksfield. This award, and seen by the students, is given to a student who represents the very values of the school. This recipient is seen as a real mensch. He is kind, generous, warm, obliging, polite, a good friend, and a good sense of humour. He is genuinely liked and respected by everyone. I'm honoured for Michael to present the award to Brett Rubinson. Principal's Award, which is my award. And it's a very personal award. There's no real criteria for it. But I would like to award this year to a student that I have watched grow over the last 5 years. A student that has valued every aspect of the school and what it stands for. I've watched the student grow academically and on the sports field. He is a cheerleader at night, a rabbi in the morning, and I'm pleased to present this award this year to Dovi Porter. Before I come to it, please, Matrix, if you will collect your timetables from your directors. It is, you are writing, you're not here for nothing. I want to thank everybody that has joined us this evening. I want to take this opportunity, Matrix, to wish you everything you wish yourselves, and I have no doubt we will be celebrating in January. Please, if I could ask you to join us for tea in the foyer. I'm Israel.